Hello and welcome to DCU's Postgraduate Open Day, and thanks for your interest in studying on our MA in International Security and Conflict Studies. My name is Dr. Katrina Dowd. I'm an Assistant Professor in Security Studies at DCU's School of Law and Government, and I'm also the Programme Chair of the MA in International Security and Conflict Studies. So I'm delighted to be with you today and to share with you a little bit about the programme and what our candidates on the programme learn, what they do, and really importantly, what our graduates go on to do when they've finished up. So before we talk about the programme, a couple of points about DCU you might not know. DCU in 2021 was the Good University Guide University of the Year. In 2022, it was the Education Awards 2022 winner of the Best Student Experience. It's also been ranked really highly by the Times Higher Education Awards, both for its impact on the Sustainable Development Goals, which of course will be of interest to those of you interested in international security and conflict, and as a young university worldwide. And last but not least, DCU is now ranked in the top 250 universities worldwide for arts and humanities. So a really exceptional place to pursue further study, and particularly study in this topic, where we have a huge range of tailored programme modules and an enormous amount of expertise within the programme. Before I go on, a little bit about myself and my role as a programme chair. So I'm an assistant professor in security studies. I'm very much focused on research, studying and of course teaching in security studies. I'm also the programme chair of the programme, so I oversee our students' journey through the programme when they join us here at DCU. My background is as a peace and conflict advisor in the humanitarian sector. I've worked in Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan, and many other contexts affected by conflict and crisis. And my research focuses on conflict, violence against civilians, and humanitarian crises. And I highlight that because it's not at all unusual for staff on the programme, those who'll be teaching you, advising you, holding events that you can attend and learn from over the course of the programme, to have not only tremendous academic expertise and experience, but also a whole range of real-world practical policy or practitioner expertise as well. So colleagues who join with an international law background, colleagues who join from policy space, colleagues who join with backgrounds in journalism or directly in foreign policy, for example, bring all of that expertise and that experience to the classroom, to the discussions and to their engagement with students. And that's something that we're really proud of and want to highlight here at the School of Law and Government. So the MA in International Security and Conflict Studies aims to provide you with the tools to make your own analysis in our increasingly interconnected world. We welcome students from around the world, and many have worked in conflict or security in some way. So I want to highlight that we have a pathway for entry for those who maybe have a background professionally in conflict or security, either in defense or policing, for example, or in some other way in which they've engaged with security and conflict in their work, even if they don't immediately meet the undergraduate requirements or the academic requirements for entry. So there is a pathway for recognition of prior learning for people with extensive professional experience can bring that to the classroom. Some have studied very different undergraduate degrees, but have a real interest in the subject. So you might be wondering, I haven't studied international conflict or peace studies at undergraduate level. I haven't studied politics. Is this appropriate for me? Am I eligible? And in fact, we do have students who join with politics, international relations, or conflict studies degrees directly, but we also have lots of students who join from a diverse range of academic backgrounds. So that might include history, law, psychology, media and communications, business, for example, a whole range of areas in which students bring an interdisciplinary perspective to the question of how do we address, mitigate, and think about recovering from conflict and insecurity worldwide. And I think it's that interdisciplinary perspective that our students not only find enjoyable and engaging in the classroom, but also so enriches and deepens their learning experience too, to be able to approach this topic in a holistic way when you're collaborating in groups, when you're taking part in class discussions, to have that wide range of experience professionally and academically within the classroom is something we really value. Our lecturers are themselves researching areas such as political economy, human rights, conflict resolution, post-war reconstruction, transitional justice and regional studies. And the classroom is a space for lively debate. It's your chance to explore and learn together. So it really is an interactive and engaging program, and one that we hope people will really interact with and bring their perspectives and experience to the classroom. Remember that the MA can be completed on both a full-time basis over 12 months or part-time over 2 years. So for those of you who prefer to follow the part-time route, that is an option where you have a reduced number of modules each semester and longer to complete the program overall. And that often particularly suits those who are balancing their studies alongside professional or other commitments. So the aims and objectives of the program are to link theory, policy and practice, to offer high quality academic training in international security, to give participants a critical understanding of different theories of and frameworks for security and conflict studies, to enhance the practical skills of participants in areas of research, communication, policy analysis, and program and project management, and to develop participants' interests in the pressures giving rise to and created by the intersection of globalizing forces with the maintenance of national and international security. So lots of really rich and engaging topics and aims that we explore in a whole variety of different ways. Just some of the modules available on the MA, and these are extremely extensive. They change a little year to year, so you can see the full list online on our program page. But just to give you an idea of the wide range of modules students can choose from in their second semester, these include policing and society, EU foreign and security policy, political terrorism, counterterrorism, conflict security and peace building, and gender and security. We have one of the largest ranges of optional modules to choose from for a program of its kind. So students really have the opportunity to select modules that are of interest to them, that they think are directly relevant to their personal, professional goals, to their career aims, or perhaps the sector in which they're already working, and really to tailor their program experience to those priorities so that they can get the most out of the program. What's required for entry? So a degree at the level of an Irish or UK honours undergraduate degree, that's a 2-2 or above, or its equivalent. We also, as I mentioned, consider appropriate combinations of professional qualifications and experience. That's our recognition of prior learning pathway. So if you have professional experience in international relations, foreign policy, security or policing that you think would be relevant to the program, we want to hear from you. You can get in touch finding my contact details on the program page, or you can submit your application directly. But either way, we're open to considering that discipline-specific knowledge and know-how, transferable skills, basic research competency and personal effectiveness where you can demonstrate that's relevant to the program and ultimately to your career aims. With the program fitting in, then that can bring a really tremendous value to the classroom. And not only do our students who enter through that pathway often succeed and find the program experience very rewarding, they bring terrific value to the other students in the program too, through that insight, expertise and experience. And a reminder that international candidates who are non-native English speakers must satisfy English language competency requirements as well. So what will I do when I'm done? What do our graduates go on to pursue in terms of careers? So in the first instance, we have many graduates who are already at an early or mid-career stage when they join the program. So they're often undertaking a master's in order to pursue progression further in their chosen careers already. For others, they go on to work for the first time, perhaps in areas like foreign policy, the Department of Foreign Affairs, EU institutions, UN and other intergovernmental bodies. They might work in the defence forces, policing or private security sector roles. They might go on to work in peace building, conflict mediation and or international development or humanitarian response, for example, for those of you interested in working internationally. And they might go on to work in journalism, research, or applied policy think tank roles. So in research roles where they're applying those skills and that substantive knowledge to really investigate and understand and analyze some of the trickier problems and challenges that we face in the world today. So where can I find out more? If you search DCU MA in International Security and Conflict Studies, you'll find our program page, and there you'll find details of how to get in touch with me, the program chair, but also our postgraduate admissions link, or you can go directly to that page at the address I've linked below. So thank you all so much for joining. I do hope you'll consider applying and that we might be welcoming you to DCU very soon.